Hola, bueno, vamos a continuar con ejemplos con el present perfect. Huh? So we'll see some examples. I'll read the sentences slowly and I'll go over a little bit the structure of the sentence. And remember, for a structure, for a sentence, we always need the subject, so the person that does the action, and the verb. The verb in this case, it will be the auxiliary verb that changes according to the subject, plus the past participle, the verb that carries the main meaning, like eaten or drunk or ran. So it will be the verb in the past participle. Okay? So, of course, this is the most basic sentence, and any complements or additions that you need to add to this, of course, it will be a direct object or indirect object. It depends on what we say, that the indirect or direct object pronouns are placed before the auxiliary verb, okay? Or if it's like a time reference, or if it's you went to a place or you have gone to a place, it will be after the verb. Okay? So we're going to see a few examples and we'll go over each one of them. Ella ha ido a Kansas. So we have the sentence, ella ha ido a Kansas. Ha ido forms the verb with the past participle, so she has gone to Kansas. Ha ido, remember this is the verb, the auxiliary from haber. It changes because of ella. And then to Kansas. So she has gone to Kansas. Now, when we want to say that she has not gone to Kansas, ella no ha ido a Kansas. See? If you wanted to specify, for example, when she went, when she has gone to Kansas, you could add it at the very beginning, esta mañana, or at the very end. So this time reference can play whether it's very important for them to know when she has gone. Esta mañana, ella no ha ido a Kansas. So you could, of course, you can always skip ella ha ido or no ha ido if we already know we're talking about Kansas. We're going to then see another example with direct object pronouns or indirect object pronouns. Ella, or we can change the subject with nosotros hemos dado. Dado, it's not diced. Dado comes from the verb dar, to give. So remember that we remove the AR and add ado. So to give. So we have given. Hemos dado un regalo. Alright. So we have here, nosotros hemos dado un regalo. We are going to make it negative by where are we going to put the no. No? If we have to make this negative, we have not given a present. You put the no between the nosotros and hemos. Remember, nosotros, like ella, that could be optional. We don't always use these subject pronouns. What if we want to say to whom? So we could say, nosotros hemos dado un regalo a Marta. So then we have what we have given and to whom we have given. So what we have given, so is the direct object, and I will write that, because we ask the verb, what have you given? Or what have we given? To whom have we given that? So the person that receives this is the indirect person, the indirect object. When we have the whole word, we put it always after the verb. But, as we've seen before, we have the direct and indirect object pronouns, and those are placed before these verbs. So, we'll substitute un regalo. So if it's a direct object and it's masculine and singular, it will be lo. Alright? Because it's singular and it's a masculine word, we know because of un. And a Marta, well, Marta is a girl, it's a she, so a she in the indirect object pronouns, if you look at your notes, you'll see that it's a le. So if we only substitute one of them at a time, in different sentences, we're going to see this. Nosotros le, because of a Marta, le hemos dado un regalo, or nosotros lo hemos dado a Marta. So notice that le in this case refers to Marta, because notice we to her have given a present, or we have have given to Marta. So remember that in Spanish, this le or lo go before the auxiliary verb. If you had a no, you'd put the no before the pronoun. So, no, o no. Nosotros no le hemos dado un regalo. Nosotros no lo hemos dado a Marta. See? And of course, you can make this sentence very long and then add pero, but, and continue the chain of events of what we have given, what we have done today. And so this would be the two pronouns separately. You can combine these two pronouns, however, le, when combined with another third person pronoun, direct object, becomes se. Okay? And that's why in your notes you have the se between parentheses, implying that only use se when it's placed together with lo. So we'll say nosotros, the optional no that we have now given it to her, and no se lo hemos dado. Remember that pronouns refer to words, to nouns that we have already mentioned. So if we've never talked about having given a present to Marta, the person listening to us will not know what we are talking about. So only mention it when you want to continue talking about those things. Another way of building the sentences, okay, besides with these pronouns, is when you have two verbs. So in sentences with two verbs, for example, I need to go to the doctor. And of course, in the past tense or in the present perfect, you could have said, I have needed to go to the doctor. So with two verbs with meaning, You do the following. We'll combine with I. So, yo, because that's me that I have needed to do something. So, you just do yo he necesitado. I have needed. So, yo he necesitado. Then the following verb, as always, it's in the infinitive. That's in the infinitive, meaning you keep the ER, IR, or AR ending on the verb. So, yo he necesitado ir al médico, o al doctor. So notice how this he necesitado, we stick with the present perfect, I have needed, and then remember, you don't say a ir, because the a is when you go to the place, but just to go or to eat, you do not need the a. Okay? Another example. Ellos han acabado. They have finished, or they have just finished. Ellos han acabado de. Acabar de is that expression of to have just done something. And so ellos han acabado de comer, and acabar de is always followed by the verb that they have just finished doing something. So ellos han acabado de comer el primer plato. ¿Sí? So, as you can see, ellos han acabado de comer el primer plato. Acabado de is one of the expressions like necesitar ir o acabar de. So you need the infinitive after the present perfect. And so it's very similar to the English forms, and you just have to stick to following the structure. And as always, the no before the verb. And if you want to say, I have needed it, and this it meaning to go to the doctor, you can say yo lo he necesitado. And you'll be finishing this when someone is already talking or saying, I have not needed to do this, or I have not needed to go to the doctor. Or they're saying, I have needed to go to the doctor, and you say, I have not needed to go. So in Spanish, you can say, yo no lo he necesitado, or yo he necesitado ir. So when you want to confirm that yes, you need to do something, or you have needed to do something, but with this, you have the option to add the infinitive at the very end or not. Ellos lo han acabado. Not very, because it's acabado de comer. So in this case, you can remove el primer plato and you put ellos lo han acabado de comer. Ellos lo, because we are talking about el. So you had here el primer plato, the first dish from a meal, and you need to keep the article. See, so I hope this helped you with the present perfect. Let me know if you need any more examples. Remember, don't forget to not pronounce the H. Yeah? And keep always the past participle right next to it. ¿Sí? Muchas gracias y hasta luego.